I just figured out something epic for my website. This is my website here, by the way. As you can see, that dapper gentleman in the red shirt looks pretty familiar, huh? Because I'm him. That's me. Okay, that image slideshow on the homepage isn't the topic of today's video, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. You'll come to find that each page on my website has some things in common. The font, the green and black color scheme, but also the same kind of heading and footer. The heading has the Pirifolio title, followed by the author of the website. Under that is also the category bar that holds the different main hubs that connect to other posts, like my programming projects that I've made or my blog posts that I've also made, because everything is made by me. Oh, go figure. The footer has my contact information for business purposes. You know, for business. These two sections are repeated in many of my website's pages, mainly for the hubs and the blog posts. You know how websites work. Now, when I first started developing my website last summer, when I had to make a new HTML document to represent a new web page, I would just copy and paste the same content from the previous page I made over and over. Now, this practice is perfectly alright if you only plan on making 3 web pages or so. Like small projects like that, understandable and encouraged. But if you want to change a tiny detail on something that's shared across a whole swath of web pages, you would have to change every single one individually. Now, 3 is fine for that kind of operation or group of operations, but that means opening up the HTML document of the page, tweaking it, saving it, and overriding it to your web hosting service, multiplied by the number of pages you need to do it to. So, like, this can easily range from 10 clicks to 10,000 if you have a huge website, like what I'm planning on making. Because blog posts ain't writing themselves. But that's besides the point. All you need is a JavaScript file and 2 lines of HTML. That's it. You just have to and it's done. In the HTML document, we have the script line in the head of the document referencing the JavaScript file, which I named main appendages. We need one more line for the HTML document, and that is the divider identified as page topper blog. This is where everything HTML that would be put there will be put there. Here in the JavaScript file, I got a variable curly that represents the element identified as page topper blog. That divider we had earlier? Yeah, curly is that. After that, we have a simple if statement. If the current element we have exists in the HTML document, then we use the inner HTML function to override it to the HTML we would have written out in full otherwise. Basically, all the content that you would have written out in the HTML document itself, you put in here. One thing to note is that you have to write it out line by line like this because inner HTML doesn't recognize line breaks, so be careful with that. And that's done. That is it. You can repeat the same thing for other sections you want to share across multiple web pages as well using the same tactic. So yeah, hope you learned something.